Hi, my name is Kristen Miller, and I'm the Partnership Manager at the Integrated Translational Health Research Institute of Virginia, or iTHRIV. This learning short will explain what community engagement studios are and what they can accomplish. The Community Engagement Studio method was developed by the Meharry Vanderbilt Community Corps, a group focused on community engagement at Vanderbilt University. They have produced many tools for this method, and I am very grateful for the Community Engagement Studio training I received. Conducting research is the best way to discover and test new medical treatments. When community members are contributing, the research is even better. Community members' involvement throughout the research process ensures that interpretation is accurate, study designs fit context, and projects are inclusive, accessible, and resonate with the population for which the treatment is intended. One method for getting input and feedback on research projects is to conduct a community engagement studio. So why have one? It improves research. The research becomes more relevant to real-world problems. It is more patient-centered, and understanding of research increases for patients and community members. Who can participate in a studio? Everyone. A community engagement studio is a facilitated conversation between researchers and community members. The iTHRIV studio gives community members an effective and active role in healthcare research and gives researchers an avenue for consulting with patients and the public before, during, and after their research project takes place. What a community engagement studio is not is research, though we talk about it. It's not CBPR, which is community-based participatory research, though community members are at the table. It's not an advisory board. It's not a recruiting tool. The studio participants are never invited to be in the study being discussed, and it is not a focus group. The main event of the community engagement studio method is the meeting with the researchers and community members. The researchers give a short presentation on their projects, about 10 or 15 minutes, and then they ask 3 or 4 questions for the community members to answer. These questions can be about research topics, design, recruitment, or sharing project results. The community members who participate in each particular studio have some experience with the research project focus area. For instance, if the researcher's project is about a new knee pain medication, then the community members invited to this studio will have experience with knee pain of some kind. The conversation lasts about an hour and a half, and participants are compensated for their time and expertise. It takes about 1 to 2 months to plan and complete a studio. First, there are meetings with the research team to discuss their needs, plan their questions, and go over their presentation. While this is happening, recruitment of the participants is also taking place. After the studio, evaluations are completed and the final report with the recommendations is sent out to the research team and the participants. Here is an example of a slide presentation from a recent studio. You can see that the researcher has been able to explain the complicated research project in such a way that non-scientists like me can understand the project very easily. Once the studio is complete and the evaluations are done, the final report is written. The report is written in a very easy to read outline format. A few weeks after the report is completed, we check back with the research team and ask them to provide information on how the project changed as a result of the feedback received during the studio. Here's an example of some changes that were made. This studio concerned a presentation being given to community members, and the researcher wanted feedback on that presentation before showing it to the public. The recommendation was to add graphics and illustrations to this slide. You can see it made a big difference. Community members who have participated in community engagement studios have been overwhelmingly satisfied with the session they attended and thought it was worth their time. In addition, they felt they contributed to the research project in a number of ways. Understanding, feasibility, and providing information were the top 3 reasons. Researchers provided the following comments. I learned a lot, and I'm sure we will use this process again in the future. and we'll absolutely incorporate feedback from the session into our program development. Community members who would like to participate in a studio can complete an online interest form. Now, filling out this form does not mean they'll be called immediately, or even if they are called, that they need to participate. It just puts them on our radar, and then they're contacted and asked when a suitable opportunity arises. iTHRIV researchers who would like to get community feedback on a research project can visit the iTHRIV portal and request a consultation. The request will be sent to iTHRIV and the studio planning process can begin. Thank you for watching the Community Engagement Studio Learning Short. Please contact iTHRIV on the email address you see on the screen with any questions. Thank you so much.